Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to call to order the January 13th Newmarket Budget Committee meeting, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Brian, could you read us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much. Roll call, myself, Chris Wolf, here. Chris Blackstone.
Here.
Ned Carpenter is excused. Tim Choi is not here. Scott Foster.
Here.
Justin Lusar.
Here.
Brian Hickey is not here. Danielle Honan.
Here.
Brian Rowley is excused. Dan Smith. Here. Brian Ward.
Here.
Thank you very much. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people. So we are good to go. Right. So we'll begin by opening public session. And we have no one here from the public, so we'll close public session at 6:37. Tonight's meeting is to, what we've all been working on all year, is to vote on the town budget and the school budget, and in their forms of warrant articles. So let's begin with the schools. Change it up. I knew you weren't ready yet, so. Yeah, please.
Can I just share two pieces of information before you begin your discussions? First of all, at last school board meeting last Thursday night, the Newmarket School Board voted unanimously to approve all of the financial warrant articles. Just to let you know that they're moving on that. The second thing I wanted to mention kind of connects to a conversation we had back in December about per pupil cost. And I wanted to update you because last Wednesday, the state released the data for the 23-24 school year per pupil cost. The state average in New Hampshire, to refresh your memory, in 22-23 was $20,323. It went up in 23-24 to $21,545, or a 6% increase. Newmarket's for 22-23 was $22,866. For 23-24, it came back at $23,269, or a 1.8% increase. Pretty much what I was saying to you is that we are closing that gap, and we discussed the bond costs at great length, as you recall. If you extract that from the Newmarket average, our average is actually $400 less than state average. I just wanted to highlight that for you. So with that, how would you like to proceed?
Well, let's. I laid things out so we could vote on each article as they came. So we can, I mean, if you want to, we can read each article, you can talk to each article, and then as a committee, we can vote on each article.
Okay.
Okay. Going back to my old days as being the town moderator, the school district moderator in Derry, we used to read this in front of 6,000 people in my first meeting. Okay, Article 2, because Article 1 deals with all the elected positions, and that's not really our business here. Article 2, shall the Newmarket School District vote to raise and appropriate as an operating budget, not including appropriations by special warrant articles and other appropriations voted separately, the amount set forth on the budget posted with the warrant or as amended by vote of the first session for the purposes set forth herein, totaling $28,311,594. Should this article be defeated, the default budget shall be $28,261,333, which is the same as last year, with certain adjustments required by previous action of the Newmarket School District or by law, or the governing body may hold one special meeting in accordance with RSA Chapter 40:13, 10 and 16 to take up the issue a revised operating budget only. and a majority vote, ballot vote is required for that. And we don't, did you say you had the numbers for how the school budget
Yes,
committee
the school
approved it?
board voted 5-0,
5-0.
5-0
Okay.
to
All right.
recommend the article.
Okay. $229 in local, state, and federal child nutrition revenue, in that budget of $27,441,365. The amount of $870,229 will not be raised by taxes if passed. It is estimated that this article will result in an increase of 62 cents over the previous year's school tax rate of $13.34, which would result in a new estimated tax rate of $13.96. If defeated, it is estimated that this article will result in an increase of 59 cents over the previous year's school tax rate of $13.34, which will result in a new estimated rate of $13.93. So all of 3 cents. Okay,
So I'm going to speak to the article.
absolutely.
So basically, the information that has been previously shared with you, the 25-26 budget represents a 1.97% increase from the 24-25 budget. The total cost increase is $539,312. A number of components have been built into this budget process, including some staffing reductions, a change in benefit plan for district employees that's
Saving money, renegotiating our custodial contract, saving us over $80,000 a year. Compared to previous years, in the last 3 years, the budget has gone up at a number over 4%, so this is significantly below where it has historically been. But I do want to remind you that this was created knowing that we had a teacher contract, which is Article 3, which we'll talk about in a moment. So ultimately, the net increase to the whole picture is pretty much equivalent.
I want to leave this open to any questions as we go through. So if you have a question that you may have not thought about earlier, you're welcome to ask it now. No? Okay. Shall we take a roll call on this? Okay, I'll begin with Chris Blackstone.
I would vote in the affirmative, yes, and accept.
Yes, okay. Okay, Ned's not here, Tim Choi's not here. Scott Foster?
Yes.
Justin Lucer?
Yes.
Brian Hickey's not here. Danielle Honan?
Yes.
Brian Riley's not here. Dan Smith?
Yes.
Brian Ward?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Thank you. Okay, Article 3. Shall the district vote to, by the way, could you do me a favor and send me this in format tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Great. I usually just give it to Pat. It'll be easier for her.
I believe I already did prior to this, but I'll send it again.
Maybe, but we'll just make sure. I don't want to be struggling, trying to
Understood.
trying to take care of getting all this down. So, shall the district vote to approve the cost item included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the Newmarket School Board and the Newmarket Teachers Association, which calls for the following increases in salaries and benefits at the current staffing levels over those paid in the prior fiscal year. So in fiscal year 25-26, the estimated increase is $697,797. So, and 2026 to 2027, $706,557. 2027 to 2028, $686. $686,755, and school fiscal year 2028 to 2029, $509,208. And further to raise and appropriate the sum of $697,797 for the upcoming fiscal year, such sum representing the additional costs attributed to the increase in salaries and benefits required by the new agreement over those that would be paid by the current staff. What was the vote of the school board?
5-0.
Okay, any questions? Oh, sorry, final item. The estimated tax. Any questions? Discussion? Okay, on Article 3, Chris Blackstone,
Yes.
Scott Foster,
Yes.
Justin Lucer,
Yes.
Daniel Honan,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Brian Ward,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. Okay, thank you. Article number 4, shall the school district of Article 3 as defeated authorize the governing body to call one special meeting to authorize. Article number 5, shall the district vote to raise and appropriate $200,000 to be added to the proven capital reserve fund previously established for the purpose of improving, expanding, maintaining, renovating, furnishing, and equipping school buildings, and further to authorize the use of this amount from the June 30th funded balance available to transfer on July 1. No amount to be raised from taxation, majority vote required. And how did the school board vote, please?
5-0.
Recommendation is in accordance with the Newmarket School District Capital Improvement Plan 2025 to 2043, approved by the Newmarket School Board on August 1st, 2024. The estimated tax impact of this article is 0. Okay, any questions on this? Okay, let's go to a vote. Chris Blackstone,
Yes.
Scott Foster,
Yes.
Justin Lucer,
Yes.
Daniel Honan,
Yes.
Brian Ward,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. Thank you. Okay, Article number 6, shall the district vote to raise and appropriate $65,000 to be added to the Special Education Trust Fund, previously established to meet the costs of unanticipated special education expenses, and further to authorize the use of this amount from the June 30th fund balance available to transfer on June 1. July 1. The school board recommendations were 5-0. And it says here that the estimated tax impact of this article is $0.00. Any conversation? Any questions? Okay. Chris Blackstone.
Yes.
Scott Foster.
Yes.
Justin Lucer.
Yes.
Daniel Honan.
Yes.
Dan Smith.
Yes.
Brian Ward.
Yes.
And the chair vote yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Hi, Steve.
Hi, good evening. I did want to put one caveat in before we get into this. We weren't 100% sure. We've been dealing with those bond articles for so long. Like we would just, as Council Ward can attest, we were discussing it in the budget workshop, that we thought we already had the recommendation. We could not find a record of it, so we went belts and suspenders and having the council vote again on Wednesday night. So it's not anything out of the ordinary. You can still recommend or not. It's just that the 3 bond ones they have not officially voted on, even though they've been working on it for months. So it doesn't impact your vote tonight.
Okay.
Okay?
So we're approving something which you haven't approved yet.
Yeah,
but
we're
you
making
intend to
sure
approve
we're
it the
approved.
same way.
We're making sure we're approved it.
Okay. All right.
So the other aspect is, there's no number on the budget, because it's the budget committee's budget that goes on, not the council's or the school board. The budget committee should be making a motion to approve a budget of 18 million, X number for us, unless you change it. And then we put that in the warrant article, and that's your recommendation. That's why I did not put a number in there, because you guys have the right to change it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So let's get the other articles taken care of, and then we'll talk about the operating budget last. Okay?
oh, the first is the issuance of $5.5 million in bonds for the purpose of replacing the Bay Road force main. It will be authorizing amount of $5.5 million shall be reduced by congressionally directed spending. If received by the town, estimated up to $2.5 million, $2,550,000 in no cents. If passed, there will be no impact on tax rate, it will be impacted on sewer rate. It's the force main project that we've been dealing with on Bay Road. As the budget committee may be aware, a year or so ago, we had a leak in the Lamprey River from the force main. We're trying to get that out of the river in other locations. So.
Anybody have any questions on that? No? Okay. So on Article 2, Chris Blackstone,
Yes.
Scott Foster,
Yes.
Justin Lucer,
Yes.
Daniel Honan,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Brian Ward,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes.
Item 3 is the issue of $100,000 worth of bonds for designing the Bay Road force main replacement. There's 100% principal forgiveness from the Clean Water State Revolving Loan Fund, and there'd be no impact on the tax rate. There'd be no impact on any rate because of the 100% principal forgiveness. The interest, so it's minimal.
100% forgiveness of what?
Principal.
Oh, principal, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this? Anybody have any thoughts? This is basically a budget for planning.
Yeah. But since we're borrowing it, and even though it's no cost, we still have to get a bond approval.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Anybody have any thoughts? Anybody questions? No? Seeing none? Okay. Chris Blackstone.
Yes.
Scott Foster.
Yes.
Justin Lucer.
yeah.
Yes.
Daniel Honan. Dan Smith.
Yes.
Brian Ward.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
Finally, for Article 4, it's the Cushing Road Levelland Drive Stormwater Improvement Project. So raise appropriate the sum of $1,440,000 in issuance of notes of the same amount to rebuild the stormwater system on that area. We are anticipating $60,000 in principal forgiveness from the State Revolving Fund loan program. If passed, it is estimated it will have a 7-cent impact on the rate in the first year.
Any questions?
I wasn't actually asked it before. The 7 cents is assuming we get the 360,000.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
just try to-
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so Article number 4, Chris Blackstone.
Yes.
Scott Foster.
Yes.
Justin Lucer.
Yes.
Daniel Honan. Dan Smith.
Yes.
Brian Ward.
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
The next article is approve an amendment to the collective agreement reached between the town of Newmarket and the New England Police Benevolent Association Local 215. Is to raise and appropriate $295,015 for which represents salary and salary benefits increases from an amendment that the council and the union came to. And if passed, it's estimated to be a 17% increase on the tax rate, and it was voted on unanimously by the council 7-0.
Okay, any questions? Any thoughts? Chris Blackstone?
Yes.
Scott Foster?
Yes.
Justin Rooser?
Yes.
Daniel Honing?
Yes.
Dan Smith?
Yes.
Brian Ward?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
Finally, the proposed budget, town council proposed a budget of $18,634,219, which is a 5.35% increase, a total increase of $946,388, $748,852, that's from the general fund, $92,706 for the special revenue funds, and $104,830 to the enterprise funds. And driven it into everyone where it's coming from, where it's going.
All right, we're voting on the proposed town council budget.
You would probably make a motion to approve a budget, like if you don't change it.
I'm just clarifying the
Yep.
dollar amount.
Yep, $18,634,219.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we want to make a motion. Would someone like to make a motion on this article?
I make a motion to approve town council's proposed budget in the amount of $634,219.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion on the floor to accept the proposed town council budget with a total value of $18,634,219. Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Justin Lucer seconded. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. Chris Blackstone,
Yes.
Scott Foster,
Yes.
Justin Lucer,
Yes.
Daniel Honan,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
and Brian Ward,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes.
The last article is the budget committee doesn't vote on, but it's to form a charter commission to review the town charter.
I don't think that's for us to vote
Nope.
on. Okay,
Just an FYI.
all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So this actually, with the exception of approving the minutes from the prior, this meeting and the prior meeting, this actually concludes our business for the
Meeting minutes?
Pardon?
We have meeting minutes from
We don't have meeting minutes, so we have to approve those. But our business here is completed. We have the, Scott, Todd, before you go, I didn't jot down the date. What's the date of the deliberative session?
February 1st.
February 1st is the deliberative session.
This town is at 9 o'clock Saturday morning and the school at 10.
Okay, February 1st. Thank you. Okay, and that's usually at the school, correct? The high school?
Yes.
At the high school. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Remind everybody that we have 3 positions open on the budget committee up for election. And let's see who they are. So Ned Carter, Hickey, and Daniel Honen's seats are all up for election. And I'll tell you now, my seat will also be up for election. I've got too much going on with my father and my business, so after this meeting, I'll be formally resigning from the board. But I want to thank everybody for being involved and, you know, doing your part and contributing to the community through this important process. So thank you. So, and with that,
Wait, just want to
Yes, sir.
say, I want to thank the chair for his hard work and wish him well in his future adventures.
thank you. Thank you very much. So can I entertain a motion to adjourn? Okay, moved by Scott, seconded by Brian. Thank you very much. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you.